So I'm Mistine. I'm from New Jersey. I was born in Vermont. So I love the East Coast. I absolutely love tea and I love chocolate. I really love hiking and like reading. I started playing guitar in third grade. When I saw Piglet's Big Movie, I saw Carly Simon play at the end and I knew it's like I remember like tapping my mom on the arm and being like, I want to do that. So I started guitar lessons and then I was in a like garage band and we had two guitars and we needed a bass player after like a year or two. So I picked up the bass and I volunteered to learn bass. And then I just ended up playing in like bands throughout my like middle school, high school years. And I started singing because I had always sung in choir. And then I went to USC for pop music, and that's where I started writing music a lot. And that led to me having my artist project, Mistine, where I like write a lot of songs about just like what I'm feeling. And I really just want to connect with my fans like they're my friends. I want to feel like we're actually having a conversation about what's going on in life because I love gossiping with my friends, and it's also a crazy world out there. Like, truly, everything's crazy. Who knows what's happening? So, I'd love to connect that way. And I also work as a touring musician for other artists, which is really fun. I just get to meet a lot of people and learn about the world. Um, yeah, I'm also really passionate about the environment, and I'm finishing my master's in sustainability in like 2 months. So,
Wow.
yeah, so lots of things. That's basically me.
And suppose that now you've been on tour with so many different variations of artists, and knowing the different types of elevations of levels between, going, with Conor Gray and Seth to McKenna Grace and Espa, like that's seeing that kind of a elevation of touring wise. What was the most like, let's say, like intense, but kind of intense um in terms of traveling wise for you?
Yeah, that's a really interesting question, I think, because there was one show I did with Conan and we traveled to Australia for basically like 2 days. Like I think it was 2 days with the time change, which is like we were only there one day. Like we
Yeah.
went there and we did a radio show and then we did a full-on show that night and then we basically left the next day. And it's like 17 hours on a plane. And the whole time I was just thinking about like, what? Like, how is this actually like good for anyone? Like, it was so fun, don't get me wrong, but there has to be a better way to like get us to Australia and meet the fans and do the test market, but also doing it in a way that makes sense for the planet. Like it's just a lot. Um, and like ways that you could do like carbon offsets and like think into that. So that's actually that crazy travel is what led me to want to go into sustainability in my schooling, just to learn more and educate myself about what I'm doing and like my day to day. Um, so yeah, that was pretty crazy, but it was fun.
Yeah.
Quick turnaround.
And and with that in mind, the fact that you can be able to do all this and still do the things that you like, I'm always curious when it comes to getting kind of these positions where you're being a bass player for Conan or a guitarist for Conan, and then turning around and working on your own music. Like, how do you, oh, like, what's the audition process wise for that?
It's always different. Like everyone I've worked with, um, I've gotten a different way, and it's usually just word of mouth. Like someone told someone else that like they thought I'd be a good fit for the role, or like a friend of mine posted something on Instagram that they were looking for someone, and like that just happened to be like something I knew I could do really well. Or yeah, we're like going to an audition, and like out of however many auditions you get one. Like it's always different and it makes everything always exciting because you never know like what's gonna turn up.
Oh, before I forget, because I know it was mentioned here, how was it like to be on the Kelly Clarkson show?
It was cool. We filmed it and McKenna's amazing. Um, it was, yeah, I feel like those always just go so fast. You just like film it and see how it goes, but it's really fun. I have done late night with Seth Meyers before with Conan, and so I think I knew the drill. But it was fun, and McKenna was amazing. She's just such a she is so good and so young, and I'm inspired by her all the time.
Yeah. Because I saw a couple clips before I jumped on the call with you, and I was just like, oh shit, she was actually on there. That's so cool. And
Yeah.
um I saw I was seeing all the clips of you performing behind aespa, which as a K-pop fan here, I was over here being like, holy shit.
I love Espa. They are so sweet.
Oh my goodness.
I love them. That was so fun.
Yeah, because it looked like you killed it over there too.
Thank you. Yeah, it was great. I had the best time.
IDEK. That is a tongue twister of a phrase for me to say for some reason.
I get
But
it.
it's a cute song. And I've been listening to it, oh, gosh, all day today. And what I really liked about it, it gives off this as I quoted on here, 2015 Tumblr pop music.
Yeah, oh my God, I love that.
It has that like Haley Steinfeld, Fifth Harmony kind of vibe to it.
Yeah, that's amazing. I'm honored. It's really fun. I'm really excited. I hope people really like it because I think it's just like such a fun tune. And like we've been sitting on it for a while and it feels like the right time to put it out. So super ready. And if anyone needs to know, it stands for I don't even know because I don't know what's going on ever, but
So you said it took you a while to write it. Like, what was the inspiration going into it?
um going into it, so I remember this was an interesting one because I was working with my producer in the UK. So we like always work over Zoom. And this was a track that he like had kind of made like a rough demo of a track um and sent it to me and I like wrote the first verse like right away. Like I was like, "Oh, I feel like so connected to this." And then we hopped on Zoom and like basically just finished it together and like revamped the track to what we wanted it to be. Um and like to change a bunch of stuff around until it was perfect. And it was great. We were so happy and excited. I was having just like a weird summer where I didn't really know what was going on in my life at the time. Like I had a big career shift where like I wasn't touring as much at the time and I was like moving and like meeting a bunch of new people and making new friends and also like traveling back and forth between like New Jersey and Los Angeles and dating someone that like I really just like didn't know what was going on in their head and like didn't know what they wanted out of our like dating for the few months. And I was spending most of my time at the beach and I just felt like I really didn't know what was happening. So it was felt like a supernatural writing process. And each verse is kind of just like a little like snippet of what was going on with me at the time. And I feel that way about everything. Like I feel like I've had friends in the past that used to like there was one tour I was on where everyone joked that like I never knew what was going on. Like just like we needed to normalize it because it's so weird out there. Life is so strange. And I think it's important to just try to, as hard as it sounds, easier said than done, because
Yeah.
truly it's hard for me too, just to like live in it and enjoy the chaos of like the everyday unknown and see what happens. Like try new things, see what happens, because who knows?
I love that. I think it's such a cool way to write a song, just knowing that like this is kind of it feels like a day-to-day diary entry.
Yeah. And that's like the goal in most of my writing. Like it's super natural and like I don't try to write anything that doesn't feel right that day. But I am always like thinking about just wanting it to be me. And I love a journal entry. I love a gossip sesh with my friends. I like a good vent with my mom. Like I think that's all so important. And that's what everyone knows. Like that's like how you feel intimate with someone.
Love that. Gosh, I love that you you chat with your mom and gossip because that's what I used to do a lot.
Oh my God, yeah. And
I was,
like we love the gossip. Like not in a bad way, just like what's going on in everyone's life. Like I care
yeah.
about them. I want to know.
Ooh, and so with that in mind, I'm always curious, are we going to see potentially a music video for this?
There will be a music video. We're
Okay.
actually filming it on Saturday, which is gonna be super excited.
Ooh,
It's gonna be like it's gonna be really fun, just like visualizer. Like it's very much like who knows what's happening. We're just running around and like I'm super excited for that. So that will be out in like probably like 2 weeks, 3 weeks from
okay.
now. Um, and yeah, that's gonna be super cool. Um, we also have a lot of songs coming out this year. We have like the whole year planned release wise. So
Ooh.
you'll get a bunch of new music after this too. This is kind of our launch for just like a big year of songs.
Oh my goodness, I cannot wait to hear that and see the new stuff. I'm usually at the part where I have like a couple like fun questions that are just conversation cards and interesting ways for your fans to know you on a fun new level.
I love it. I'm excited.
All right, let's start out with have you changed your mind about anything recently?
Um, Today I've decided that I think I am doing my day job too well, actually maybe don't say that, but I feel like I'm just overworking myself. I'm doing too much and I need to leave more space in my life for more creativity potentials, just like letting myself do nothing from time to time to see what comes out of it, whether that be an adventure or a connection or a song or photography, like anything that can happen. So I'm going to try to do that more.
What puts you in a good mood instantly?
Ice cream,
Ooh, what kind?
mint chocolate chip.
Love that. What's the least favorite?
I don't love like strawberry ice cream. I don't know why. I don't want sweet, like fruity. I just want sweet.
I get that. Because gosh, for me, there's a difference between like the ones with real strawberries and then the ones that are like that fakeish strawberry flavored.
I'm not a fan.
Here, what is the most embarrassing thing you've Googled?
Oh wow. I feel like just like something dumb like how to ice skate, Just like how do I
Oh,
not
that's
know?
dumb.
I was like, why can't I do this better? I've literally like my parents like took me to ice skating lessons when I was a kid, and like my uncle's a hockey coach, and I just still can't ice
Oh,
skate very well at all. It's annoying, and I love going, and then I still fall.
okay, okay. Now that I know the uncle is a coach, that totally
Yeah,
changes
and my
everything.
cousin's a coach. That I should be better at this.
And you're from New Jersey and Maine, like that should be like right in your like bloodline.
I know my brother's amazing at it. I don't get it. So it's embarrassing for me.
What do you have an excessive amount of?
I have an excess amount of tea. I have too much tea.
Yeah, that's right.
Uh,
You mentioned that earlier. Like, what's your go-to on that?
I love like rose and black tea, like black rose tea. I also love like a lavender Earl Grey. So good.
There's a new movie about your life. Who would you want to cast as you?
Oh my God, Blake Lively. I love her. I
I
don't know why.
love that.
I've seen Gossip Girl too much. I love her. She's so fun and she's gorgeous. I would be thrilled.
And just to have, Ryan Reynolds show up at the movie premiere
Oh my God,
on
I'm
site.
totally okay with me. I also just love that she's like such a powerhouse, but also a mom and like looks amazing and like takes care of her. I don't know. She's doing everything and she's killing it.
I know, and every time I see her at the Met Gala, I'm so jealous because I love her outfits.
Which has the best outfits. Also, I think a lot of the time she even like styles herself or something. I read somewhere. I could be wrong,
Yeah.
but like
I think you're right. Because I know with at least with the last year's Met Gala, that was all her intentions of what she wanted for her idea.
Which is amazing because it was gorgeous. She looked
Yes.
like a princess.
And the fact that it transformed into a second whole dress, that was insane.
It was gorgeous. And that's why her. She's cool.
I love that. And you do look very similar to her. So I can see that happening with no issue.
We'll see.
So, now we're coming towards the end. Get the new song out, and get the visualizer coming up soon. Are you doing any touring elsewhere at the moment?
Yeah, so I just got back from New York, playing with Hayden. Um, and we have our LA show next week. So it's working with him right now, which has been really fun. And yeah, that's the next show.
Oh, wow. So now we're coming up to the wrap up. This is the part where I get to say, where can we be able to find you?
Yeah, I'm on Instagram or TikTok or Threads, whatever. I don't know what everything is. I'm on all of the socials with at Mistine Music. And I hope everyone loves IDK and can relate to the confusion of life.
I love that. And with that, and then it is. Oh, no, wait, that one.